What is up, breath of fresh air? I'm Patrick. I'm going to be your host today, and got a pretty interesting topic. But before we get into that, you know what you got to do? You got to smash that subscribe button. Once you smash that subscribe button, I'm going to change up a little bit. Once you hit that subscribe button, go back, watch a few episodes, leave us some comments, feedback. Let us know what we're doing good, bad, ugly. It don't matter. We always love the comments, and we always love the feedback. So, with that being said, let's jump right into it. And let's talk about MLB Hall of Fame. This is quite the interesting talk about. But anyway, MLB Hall of Fame. You're under the microscope today. Let's get it. So, as many of you know, baseball is my favorite sport of all time. I love baseball. It's the best time of the season, and it's just something about baseball, you know. There's just something about baseball, and it saddens me to hear today that for the first time since 1960, we are not going to have anybody entering into the Hall of Fame, which is crazy. We have 3 people that is up for the Hall of Fame. They are entering in their, I want to say 9th. I want to say they're entering in their 9th ballot. A little bit of information about the Hall of Fame before we get started on this. You get 10 chances to enter in, and you have to hit 85% of the ballots to be put into the Hall of Fame. And the 3 gentlemen that are on there right now is Curt Schilling, Barry Bonds, and there is one other Roger Clemens. And Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds, they're in this era of the PEDs, and a lot of people don't feel that they don't have enough. They don't have enough. Enough to get in, and you know it's kind of sad because you know they're great. They're great players. I mean, Barry Bonds broke many home run records. Roger Clemens won 354 games in his career. I mean, something crazy like that. But they're in this PED era, and it is hard as hell right now to even get into the Hall of Fame. And these guys are on their 9th ballot, and Roger Clemens has successfully got 60%, so he's still 25% shy from making the ballot or making the Hall of Fame, and Barry Bonds is about 61%. With that being said, Mr. Curt Schilling, he went from 45% to 71% last year, and has made a comment on social media about how he wants to be taken off the ballot and be voted in by his peers where their quote unquote opinion matters. That's a hard statement to take in because, well, you know, your chances are you're probably not making the Hall of Fame now. But he wants to be taken off the ballot, and he does not want to even enter into his 10th year of the opportunity to make it. Well, I mean, that's neither here nor there. I mean, Curt Schilling, Barry Bonds, and Roger Clemens, 3 fantastic players. You know, my whole thing about PEDs is I wish you wouldn't do them. You know, it makes it hard for me to explain to my kid why people with an asterisk beside your name have made the Hall of Fame. And it says that doing performance-enhancing drugs is okay as long as you don't get caught, which makes no sense to me. But with that being said, even if you do take PEDs, you still have to pitch a good pitch, and you still have to hit a ball of this size with a bat of this size at 95 miles an hour. And I don't care how many PEDs you take, that is hard to do with drugs or without drugs. So I'm just saying. But I do see where they're coming with this. It's hard to justify putting somebody in the Hall of Fame that has had in this PED era. So I get it. I understand. Um, Chances are I would probably vote all three of them in if it was my vote, but that's just me. I mean, these three people are really good. And to win 354 games, like I said, I don't care how many PEDs you take. You still got to take in consideration of 8 other people on that field, whether they're PED'd up or not, and you still got to pitch a good pitch at 85 to 95 miles an hour, depending on if that's a changeup or a fastball or a curve or a splitter or whatever it is. And you still got to hit that ball going 95 miles an hour. And if you have not watched The Science of a Fastball, that is pretty interesting to watch. So if you haven't watched that, go to YouTube, search up The Science of a 95 mile an hour fastball, and tell me how much PEDs is helping hit a fastball. Just saying. But that being said, it does kind of sadden me that the MLB will not be voting anybody into the Hall of Fame this year, and this is the first time since 1960 that this has happened. So that being said, COVID is really making history in many different ways. Uh, in a lot of ways, it sucks. It sucks because you're watching a lot of sports having to deviate from what's normal to putting in things that are the new normal. So anyway, that's what I'm breathing on. Like I said, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and leave some comments and feedback, and we will see you next time.